We live in a remarkable yet deeply unsettling time. Artificial intelligence is increasingly stepping in to replace human workers. It already designs complex engineering systems, catches errors that would take a person weeks to find, makes decisions in seconds where entire teams used to work, and is increasingly managing processes without any human involvement. According to many industry experts, the last specialists AI will replace are those who work with real physical infrastructure: electricians, plumbers, and facilities engineers. But AI is already beginning to take over the management of service processes and equipment right now. And this is no longer a forecast. This is reality, and many people are asking, what will be left for humans? Today we want to show a scenario where artificial intelligence doesn't replace people, but works alongside them. It takes over routine tasks, analyzes massive volumes of data, reduces the burden on teams, and allows people to focus on what truly demands experience, responsibility, and engineering judgment. If you look at how a large service operation runs, it's a constant flow. At any given moment, the system has around 2,000 to 3,000 open requests, about 200 specialists actively working, and over 300 facilities generating a continuous workload. The volume of events, data, and decisions is growing faster than any person can process them. That's why the old management model is starting to break down. At this scale, what matters isn't just logging events, it's managing decisions. The limits of manual management. Most companies today already have CRM and ERP systems. They track processes, route tasks, and store data. But the decisions still come from people. Assigning tasks, choosing who does the work, keeping track of deadlines. Each request takes between 7 and 10 minutes of manual coordination. If you look at the economics, the cost of processing a single request comes to around $1.50. And there's a hard ceiling, roughly 600 requests per month per dispatcher. Even at that level, consistent quality is hard to guarantee. To handle twice the volume, you'd need to nearly double your team. Request volumes grow exponentially, but people still make decisions in a linear way. In this model, scaling always hits a human bottleneck, but an AI-driven model scales very differently. Moving toward a new approach. In ServiceBook-R, the management model itself has changed. The system doesn't just track what's happening, it starts making decisions. AI agents work inside the platform. They don't analyze a single request in isolation, they look at the full picture: current workload, specialist availability, the history of the facility, priorities, and risks. A request comes in at 8:42. By 8:43, an executor has been assigned. By 8:44, the job is already underway. No phone calls, no switching between systems, no manual coordination. That's 2 minutes from request to work in progress. The system makes the call on its own. It only escalates to a human when the situation is genuinely ambiguous. The facility as a living model. Every request isn't just an isolated event, it's a data point about the condition of a facility. Over time, the system builds a complete picture of a facility, its equipment, recurring faults, and related incidents. And the scale is significant: over 12,000 requests per month and more than 4,000 facilities within a single unified system. Deadline control and proactive management. The system monitors deadlines and the current status of every request around the clock, 24/7. Managers can now see not just the aftermath of incidents, but the risks before they materialize. The system responds before a problem becomes critical. Executors receive notifications and submit work updates through familiar chatbots in popular messengers, Telegram, and Max. Nearly everyone already uses these apps, so staff don't have to learn anything new. Information reaches the executor in seconds. Automation and the new role of humans. Routine operations, reports, event logging, and data processing are all automated. Up to 98.6% of standard actions are removed from manual control. People are no longer process operators. They become overseers of a decision-making system. A new level of management. The most important changes happen at the management level. You can interact with a system just like you would with a person, and get a response in seconds, whether it's text, analytics, or a visual diagram. In essence, AI becomes the constant right-hand assistant for a chief engineer or company executive. Fast, accurate, to the point, with a full understanding of the entire infrastructure, rapid deployment and scaling.
We work on a pilot model. 2 to 4 weeks.
And the system goes live at a single facility. First results appear already during the pilot phase. The workload on dispatchers decreases, request processing speeds up, and you can see AI starting to make decisions within the workflow. ServiceBook-R is a next-generation platform for managing service infrastructure, where people no longer assign tasks manually, and the system makes decisions and manages processes in real time. We are proud to be part of this new technological era. An era where artificial intelligence helps people work faster, more precisely, and more efficiently.
Join us.